On February 2nd of 2023, the Calgary Real Estate Board forecasted real estate prices for the year, and they said that they would drop by 6%, moving the average benchmark price of a home here in Calgary to $526,000. 6 months later, it's safe to say they were way off. In our Calgary Real Estate Market update for the month of August, we're going to take a look at where we're at now that we're over halfway through the year, what you should do about it, and why nearly everyone got the forecast wrong. So if you've been paying any attention to the real estate market, you will not be surprised by this month's headline. Calgary Real Estate reaches new all-time highs and posts its 7th month of consecutive gains. That's right, even with everything happening in the Canadian economy, even with the Bank of Canada raising interest rates 10 times in the last 18 months, real estate is still reached an all-time high. Now, the purpose of this video isn't to dive into every market segment and every piece of data to try to understand. Rather, I want you to be able to come out at the other end of this video and understand what the general trends are for Calgary and what you should be doing if you're thinking of buying or selling right now, and even maybe my personal opinion on where things are going. One popular data point in the Calgary Real Estate Board's report is to take a look at how many sales there were in the month of July and how this compares year over year with July of 2022. And there has been an 18% increase. We've had a total of 2,647 sales in the month of July. Now, before you get too excited about that high number of sales, please note that a good part of that has come from an increase in the apartment condominium segment of the market. That's that really affordable housing segment. And it's important to keep that in mind because it gives some context to the rest of this report, and it helps you understand a bigger picture of what's really going on in Canada and why Calgary has been booming lately. Now, when we look at things month over month, so from June to July, we'll see that sales actually did trend a little bit lower and new listings did trend a little bit higher, but that's something that's pretty common for Calgary. It happens basically every year for two reasons. It's summer in Calgary, and so in July, everyone takes off, goes out to BC on summer vacation, and of course, the first 2 weeks of July are occupied solely by the Calgary Stampede. So everything usually slows down just a touch. So if you've been out there looking to find a home in that early summer market, you've probably noticed that there is virtually nothing for sale, right? Everything that's good that pops up or that is in a great location or in decent condition seems to be gone with multiple offers, oftentimes in just a day or two. Year over year, things have actually changed quite a bit. The reason why it feels so tight out there is that there are a third less homes for sale in July of 2023 than there were in July of 2022. And if you're deciding to write an offer on one of these properties, you've got way less time to make that decision because homes are now selling in just 23 days instead of just over a month a year ago. Now, the one statistic that we're always watching over here at the McCallum Group for all of our clients is the months of supply. And currently that sits at 1.32. What does that mean? That basically suggests that if home sales were to continue at the pace they're on right now, and if no new homes came to the market, in just over 5.5 weeks, all available properties would be sold. In the single-family home market, also known as the detached sector, there's actually been a slight increase in available homes for sale. However, that increase is only on homes above $1 million. That means everything below $1 million has actually shrunk in inventories, keeping that affordable price point a little bit more competitive. The average single-family home is now priced at $690,500 here in the city, and that's a 1% increase just from last month, and year over year from last July, it's an actual 7% increase, which is pretty wild. It's also important to note where those major increases are coming from. That's really driven by the affordable single-family home market, and that's mainly found in the east and the northeast corners of the city, which tend to be a little bit more affordable. I think Canadians everywhere are feeling a little bit stretched, so if you can still get into a single-family home in any major Canadian market at a relatively affordable rate, that's a hot commodity these days. And so those single-family homes are flying off the shelves. In our semi-detached market, we're seeing very similar trends to the single-family home market for the relative percentage of gains. However, of course, it's a little bit more affordable at now $617,000. It's that affordable part of the semi-detached market that's really experiencing the highest price gains. Another data point that I'm always watching for is the sales to new listing ratios. And boy, it is a stunner in the row homes market. this month. There has been 488 new listings with nearly 470 new sales, making it a 96% sales to new listing ratio. That is an incredibly tight market with just month over month price gains of nearly $8,000. So if you're out there shopping for this style of property, which is like a row house or a townhouse, it's about $407,500 for the average new benchmark price. That increase is pretty outstanding when you compare it to a year ago. It's up 14%. So yeah, it looks like it's a great investment, but another reason why it has had such great returns is because the demand. It's an affordable housing product, and so if you're out there shopping for it, it's going to be very competitive, under 1 month worth of supply. When talking about the Calgary real estate market, it's important to note that we have 3 major markets directly around our city. To the south, we have Okotoks, and rather than getting into all the details, let's look at just one bit of a comparison on the detached home market. Down there, it's about $655,000 to Calgary's $690,000 average single-family home price. So if you think about that, that's roughly a 3 to 5% discount over Calgary. If we head on up to Cochrane on the northwest corner of the city, what we see there is roughly a discount of about $50,000 or 8% over Calgary home prices. And the biggest discount that you will see is in Airdrie, where the average detached home, the benchmark price just surpassed $600,000, which is a $90,000 or 15% discount when compared to Calgary pricing. So once we look at this report from, say, like a little bit higher up, what does it tell us about what's happening here in Calgary? Well, it shows us first that the average benchmark price in Calgary has risen to $567,000. That is an increase of about 5.7% year over year. Now, do you remember what I said at the beginning of the video? Back in February, CREB forecasted 2023 real estate prices to be only $526,000. That's nearly $40,000 difference, and the way we're trending, they could be off by as much as 10%. CREB looked at the impact of rising interest rates and thought, man, this must impact Calgary home prices as it would across Canada, correct? Well, it's understandable because even since that forecast, we've had multiple rate increases from the Bank of Canada, with now 10 in the last 18 months. That is a market force that usually causes the high cost of borrowing to slow down economic activity, meaning that more people sell, less people take on new debt, and it creates more competition for buyers, bringing the price down. In Calgary, we have a market force that's way stronger than that, pulling the market higher. It's the immigration that's happening to our city. We now have, on average, 62 people a day moving to Calgary, and that's forecasted to continue all the way up to 2027, when we will have over 110,000 new residents. If you're wondering which way prices will go in the future, no one can really say for sure. But one thing is clear about this report: there is a massive appetite for affordable housing here in Canada, and Calgary is a magnet for people that are coming to the province looking for that style of property. If you're in a position right now to buy, there are a few things you're going to want to keep in mind. Never overextend yourself. Always buy within your means, and do not let FOMO guide your decisions. If you're thinking of selling your home right now, it's a great time. You'll probably get an all-time high great price, but make sure you have a plan for what you're going to do after you sell your home. Are you going to be buying another home? Will the one that you want even be available in this tight inventory market? And if you're going to rent, are you really going to get the savings you're hoping for? Because renting really is quite expensive right now. Obviously, if you need any help, just reach out to me or any of us at the McCallum Group. Our team helps people successfully sell and buy in every style of market, and you can trust us to always put your needs first with absolutely zero pressure. My name's Brad McCallum. If you want to keep watching, we got a great playlist right here, and if you never want to miss another video, just subscribe.